I'm Alethea Stark, the project coordinator of Journeys for the National Great Blacks in Wax Museum. Today, we are going to unveil the wax figure of Dr. Benjamin Quarles. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Tia Taylor with Spotlight on Blacks in Wax, and today we're looking at the unveiling of 4 new statues at the Blacks in Wax Museum. Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune, Dr. Freeman Habrowski, Dr. Benjamin Mays, then we also have Dr. Benjamin Quarles, who was a professor of history here at Morgan State University, and really a true educator in the sense where many of the books that he wrote were required reading for many African American classes in the 60s and 70s. So he's really a true trailblazer for African American history and really educating those around us. We're here at the Murphy Fine Arts Center located at Morgan State University, where we're going to step inside the concert hall and learn about Dr. Benjamin Quarles.
If I can cheer Thank you so much.
Hi, we are here at the unveiling at Murphy Fine Arts Center, and today we're talking to some of the descendants of Dr. Benjamin Quarles. We have Jonathan with us today, his grandson, and looks like another descendant there, a little one. Who's that, Jonathan?
This is Naila, his great-granddaughter, my daughter.
Great. And how old is she?
She's 3 years old.
3 years old. So it's amazing to see the history and the descendants and the family here today. It must be a proud moment for your family.
Oh, definitely.
How are you feeling today?
Excited. It's amazing that the day has come. We found out about 6 months ago, I guess, that he was going to be honored, so we were really happy. But I mean, now that the moment's actually here, I guess you really feel the excitement, So.
Have you seen the statue yet? You have. So this will be your first time seeing it as well.
Right. They showed us how to actually do the unveiling, but we haven't seen the statue.
Seen the statue. Yeah. That's great. Dr. Quarles, really being here at Morgan State had such an impact on this university, but especially the African American society as a whole with all of his writings and his books. Have you had a chance to really reflect and maybe even start telling your own children about some of his work?
Yeah, I always knew the significance when I was about 13. Well, I didn't always know the significance of his work. When I was about 13, I read the autobiography of Malcolm X, and that really started, I really started thinking about race relations, the dynamics of, I guess, the aftermath of slavery in this country, and thinking about those things and becoming more politically engaged and aware. And so at that point, I started to realize how significant my grandfather's work actually was. So I didn't really get into reading his work because it's very dense, and because it's very comes from a historian, so it's a lot of material to read, I guess, at a younger age. But when I got into college and post-college, I really started reading his work and really engaging and really researching his life and the impact he had and his motivations. And actually, I interviewed several people that have worked with him. Dr. Turberg Penn, I guess you'll talk to in a minute, one of his students. So really started to realize the significance and what he did and how people really, not just the work he did, but people really appreciated the person he was. So I do teach my daughter about him and about his work and about her culture and heritage in general. Right. So I mean, it's very important to me for her to understand that and really teach her that so she can, move forward, right, and then continue the stories and the storytelling of your family and the culture as a whole. Right. Well, we really appreciate all the work that Dr. Quarles did, and it's an exciting time for your family. So have a great day and enjoy the unveiling. All right, thank you so much.
Sure. We'll be right back.
Our third induction is that, as you know, of Dr. Benjamin Quarles of Morgan State University, who actually was here when I was here as a student, and who a lot of people in this area got to know because of his quiet demeanor, his insight, but particularly because his passion about history and how he chronicled the histories of our people here and abroad, and how he did that with such great distinction. We are happy to have a former colleague of his here to do this presentation, but I want to also ask that all the family members of Dr. Quarles who are here with us, please stand. We might be able to salute you also. Thank you very much. And please join me in welcoming that colleague, University Professor Emeriti Dr. Rosalyn Turpwick Penn, one of the most distinguished professors who have ever served on this campus. Who else but her to present to you all, for introduction, Dr. Benjamin Quarles.
Thank you, Kwayisi. It's really my pleasure to be here to see so many of you in the Quarles clan of fellow students, family members. Benjamin Arthur Quarles was born in Boston, January 23, 1904. Although he grew up in a poor neighborhood and worked menial jobs, Benjamin graduated from English High School in 1922. In 1927, Benjamin enrolled in Shaw University in Raleigh, an historically black college known today as an HBCU. He graduated valedictorian in 1931 with a BA degree in history. After earning a Social Science Research Council fellowship, Quarles enrolled at the University of Wisconsin for graduate study in history. With his master's degree in hand, he returned to Shaw University to teach, and at the same time continued graduate study toward the PhD. Benjamin Quarles was a product of several historically Black colleges and universities, where he learned lessons about one's obligation to teach and to mentor, as well as to publish scholarly works. While writing his dissertation in 1939, Quarles moved to another HBCU, Dillard University in New Orleans, where he later became dean of the college. By 1952, he had published 2 major books, including the first scholarly biography of Frederick Douglass, and answered the call to another HBCU, Morgan State College in Baltimore. At Morgan, Quarles became chair of the history department and remained so until the mid-1960s. While at Morgan, he published 4 of his 10 books. In his professional prime as a renowned historian, Quarles thrived at Morgan, where he became known as an outstanding mentor and popular professor, the college's first teacher of the year. Although wooed by other universities, Quarles remained at Morgan even after the age of racial segregation had ended. Dr. Quarles never sought praise. However, others always praised his scholarship as well as his willingness to help and promote them. In the late 1960s, when Morgan State President Martin D. Jenkins recommended Professor Quarles to the governor of Maryland for the newly established honor of Distinguished Professor, Benjamin Quarles became the first in the state to receive the award. Between 1966 and 1996, he received 12 honorary doctorate degrees. In addition, Dr. Quarles received the American Historical Association's Senior Historian Scholarly Distinction Award, the Association for the Study of African American Life and History Carter G. Woodson Medallion, and the Smithsonian Institution National Museum of American History Lifetime Achievement Award. Retiring from full-time teaching in 1974, Quarles continued to teach graduate classes and to do scholarly writing. All the while, he mentored younger scholars, such as the founders of the Association of Black Women Historians upon organizing the group in 1979. He assisted them also when they wrote a National Endowment for the Humanities grant for research conference, which was funded in 1983. For the generation of scholars of African American history coming out of graduate school in the 1970s and 1980s, Benjamin Quarles impacted our lives through his scholarship and his willingness to advise and mentor us. We are most grateful to this brilliant yet humble man whose last scholarly article was published in 1988, the year he was 84. Thank you.
And we have with us now Dr. Rosalind Terborg Penn of Morgan State University. It was so great to hear you speak and be involved with Dr. Quarles. How are you feeling about the unveiling today?
Very excited, especially since I'm going to be reading the bio for him. And
that's great.
That's important, I think.
It really is, and it's nice to know that somebody who was working with him and here at the institution will be able to really share in the unveiling of the statue itself.
Well, the good thing is he was not only my colleague, but he was also my mentor and served on my dissertation committee.
Oh, wow.
So his son was right. I was his student.
So he really played a huge part in developing you and your education as a whole. That's great. Well, we're really glad you sat with us today. We're really interested to hear you read the bio and learn more, and continued success to you in your education as
And
Dr.
let me
Quarles.
say, his wife, Dr. Ruth Brett Quarles, was a very significant person at Morgan and also mentored me. And so I was really friends with both of them. They were sort of surrogate parents.
I was going to say, sounds like you were sort of an adopted child of the Quarles family. That's great. Thank you so much, Dr. Terburg Penn. We'll look forward to hearing from you more today.
Okay.
Take care.
Okay, but then why don't you ask her how she's...
How are you enjoying the event today?
Oh, this is very exciting. Being in the museum, seeing family members that I know, reacquainting with those I haven't seen in a long time. It's really good.
Yeah, it turned out to be a beautiful day, and the Fine Arts Center is a perfect place, especially to unveil Dr. Quarles' statue. I'm glad you're having a good time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll see.
That was Dr. Rosalind Terburg Penn. Don't go away, we have more for you. Welcome back to the Murphy Fine Arts Center at Morgan State University, where the National Blacks Museum is unveiling their statue. So now we're going to go into the concert hall for the unveiling.
Please welcome to the Great Blacks in Wax Museum, Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune, Dr. Benjamin Mays, Dr. Benjamin Quarles, and Dr. Freeman Rabowski. A lot of emotion. As the choir makes its way off, I'm going to ask that the unveilers of each of our unveiling the statue of Dr. Benjamin Quarles are his daughter, Dr. Pamela Quarles, his grandson, Jonathan Horzal, and his 3-year-old great-granddaughter.
We have with us Pamela Quarles, the daughter of Dr. Benjamin Quarles. So we're excited to have her here with us. Great day for your family.
It really is an honor. It's wonderful to be here. It really is. Yes.
Yeah, your father was such an integral part of this community, especially here at Morgan State, and now having his statue in the National Blacks in Wax Museum. What does this mean to you?
It means a lot to the family. It's really wonderful to be back here on the Morgan campus. I basically grew up, just a few miles away and was on and off the Morgan campus throughout my childhood. So it's wonderful to be back, and to have him honored in this way is, I think he would just be in awe, totally in awe. So it's great.
Now, when you were growing up, did you realize the impact your father had?
When I was a little older, I think I began to see some of that. I think it's as I've gotten older, it's been more and more apparent to me. So.
Good, that's great. Well, we're looking forward to seeing his statue in the National Blacks Museum, Blacks and Wax Museum, located in Baltimore, Maryland. Have you been to the museum before?
I haven't been to the museum, so I'm really looking forward to seeing the museum and to seeing these other statues now that will be a part of it.
Right. This will be a great opportunity for you to see your father's statue in there, and then all the other men and statues that are there as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much. Enjoy this day. It's a great day for your family.
Thank
Enjoy.
you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye. We'll be right back. One of the hostess of this wonderful event, the unveiling of the Blacks and Wax Museum statues. And Miss Lee is one of the hostess here. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
And how are you enjoying the event?
It's wonderful. I'm a lover of history, and today marks another wonderful historical event.
Now, how did you get involved with this event?
I know Dean Stark from the School of Music at the New Shiloh Baptist Church. She knows that I am a lover and a servant of the community.
Okay.
She has seen my work or my involvement with the NAACP, with the United Negro College Fund, through my church, through my sorority, Sigma Gamma Rho, and any other initiative where I can uplift black people as a black woman.
That's great. It sounds like you are very involved in the community,
Yes, I
in your
am.
church, and really wanting to give back.
Yes.
And really that's what this event is about, and that's what the Blacks and Wax Museum is about. It's about history, teaching, educating, and giving back to the community so that the legends and the stories and the information of those individuals will continue on for years to come.
Absolutely, and I am especially proud because I am an educator. I taught elementary school children for 5 years, and I counseled all levels of children in the Baltimore County Public Schools for 30 years.
Wow.
So I deem myself privileged as a humble servant to be involved in anything that uplifts all people, but certainly black people as a black woman.
That's excellent. We really appreciate your service, and we appreciate your time today at the unveiling here at the Murphy Fine Arts Center.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming by. We'll be right back in a moment. We learned a lot. I hope you did as well. So just remember to visit the National Blacks and Wax Museum to visit the new statues. I'm Tia Taylor. Thank you for joining us today. Until next time, take care.
I hope you have enjoyed the program and you have been educated. Please join us again on Spotlight If you wish to become involved in this program, you might contact National Great Blacks in Wax Museum by calling 410-563-3404, extension 17. Goodbye.